Back in the day, you get a fire, you run inside and have fun. Well, now this day and age, you got to step back, look at the big picture, and then proceed.
I gotcha.
It's not run in and have fun.
Bob Carr here with another episode of the Bob Carr Show. And today in the studio is Chief Dave Ayers. Dave, pleasure to have you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So what's happening in your world, Dave? You semi-retired, retired? What's going on?
I'm getting ready to retire at the end of December. Retire from the fire service, and I'm moving to Florida.
Wow. So let's dive in on the history of the fire department, Dave. When did you start in the fire department?
I started at Rundle Fire Station in 1978. I've been there for 44 years, and 30 of it has been the fire chief.
Wow. See, Dave, I had that mixed up because I always thought that you were DC in the DC fire department and you came out here when you're volunteering because you lived out in this area.
No. I started here in Crofton.
Misconception.
Yes, I started in Crofton in 78. Got hired at DC in 1989. Did 27 years in DC. And I'm back at the Rundle Station. Actually, I did both at the same time.
I got you.
I was chief here and worked in D.C.
At
the same time. I did 27 years in the city.
I got you. So in the city, you were a driver?
No, just a backstep firefighter, loving life.
Oh, I thought sometimes I saw pictures of you driving.
I did drive occasionally, but mainly I was riding in the back on the rescue squad.
Oh, okay. So you've seen a lot in D.C.?
Quite a bit.
Because I remember a long time ago, you told me a story once. I don't know who was the president, but you guys had to go to the White House.
I've been to the White House several times.
When
the plane landed in the South Lawn, I've been there quite a few times.
So Secret Service is always with you?
Oh, yeah.
Always. You just don't wander around.
You don't wander. I don't care who you are. You're not wandering.
They're with you.
You're right.
They never hinder you, right?
No, never hinder us, but they were always with us.
So they're respectful. You're doing your job. They're doing their job.
That's absolutely.
Never no problems?
Never had a problem. We worked together great. It was awesome.
So do you guys ever know that the president was on the premises or not?
We didn't know he was there.
Gotcha. You were just doing your job.
And we didn't ask if he was there.
You're just doing the job.
Right.
So, Dave, what's changed in the last 30 years in the fire department? What's the biggest change you've seen?
Technology, building construction, and safety issues. We're getting high tech on technology, newer and better equipment to operate with, safer equipment to operate with. The safety aspect of it has increased because the building construction is not like it used to be 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's all lightweight construction. So that throws a safety concern for the firefighters and rushing in and putting the fire out. We got to take a step back and evaluate before we proceed.
Interrupt you real quick. I know when they check our buildings here in Crofton, they always come in once a year, do an inspection.
Right.
And I've chatted with your guys from Squad 7 before, and they always tell me, Bob, we want to get familiar with the building and make sure, so if we do come to a fire, we know what's going on inside of that building prior to, and make sure there's nothing stored there. And I get that. So buildings that were instructed back in the 60s and 70s, I guess they're going to be more flammable, more wood involved?
Well, it's heavy timber, so the burn time is longer.
Oh, okay.
And it's constructed with nails, but now lightweight construction is with gusset plates and staples. So they're going to fail a lot quicker than they will in the past.
It's funny because when you said that, well, not funny, but when you say that, I'm thinking is you have them pull back a minute because you can get in and get out of that fire quicker. And what you actually meant was that can fail and fall down and injure somebody.
Collapse something, yeah.
Okay.
Lightweight construction now is a danger for the fire service.
See, I would have never thought that. See, you told me that twice now, and I'm thinking, well, that's safer, Dave, and not really.
No, it's not. You go back and look at the houses built 50, 60 years ago. They're a lot sturdier, built stronger. But the technology now is it's cheaper that way to do lightweight and gusset plates versus heavy nails.
See, so I would think with that being said, guys our age and older firefighters, and I'm not saying you're old by any means, I don't mean it that way, but a guy your age that came up in a different era of a fire service, you might have a bigger chance of getting hurt. Not thinking about that now, or
right? Well, I thought about it from day one.
Okay. Okay.
I've learned a lot about building construction working in D.C. with an older community.
Okay.
They're built sturdier, better than they were today in the Crofton area.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Now, how about when you're teaching young guys just coming into the fire service? Like your son just got hired from Montgomery County, right?
Right. He works in Montgomery County, and every time I learn something, I pass it on, not just him, the rest of the crew too. You got to...
So it's continuing education.
Right. Back in the day, you get a fire, you run inside and have fun. Well, now, this day and age, you got to step back, look at the big picture, and then proceed.
I gotcha.
It's not run in and have fun,
I gotcha. Dave, appreciate you coming in today.
Not a problem. I appreciate you having me.
And this wraps up another episode of the Bob Carr Show, and we'll see you next week on another episode.